So we were talking in my Patreon group recently about the idea of holding space. Like, we throw that word around all the time, that we're holding space for the collective, and we hold space for ourselves, and we hold space for each other and for our partner and our children or whatever. But what does holding space actually mean? So I broke it down into 3 different categories, because we, the awakened and aware, the ones that have been doing the work, the ones that have the capacity to actually hold space, are going to be called upon to do it more and more. So these 3 categories of holding space is how I broke it down. One is a really passive way of holding space for someone, and that is just having compassion for them in your heart. Love them from afar. Know that whatever it is that they're moving through, that they will be okay and they will come out the other side, despite the fact that they probably feel like they're not going to. It's just holding that compassion in your heart for them and loving them from afar. It's almost like a prayer. And because we are energetic beings and we are all connected, that's still a beautiful and loving way to be able to hold space for someone. You can hold space in a more active fashion, and that is playing more of sort of the coach role, where you ask inquisitive questions and you help break down whatever the current narrative is, where you reflect back to the person their light, their achievements, their ability, their resourcefulness that they have as a co-creator in their own life. Now, this is very, very powerful work, but I don't recommend that you do it unless you're invited to. Because what will happen is, if the person you are trying to hold space for in a more active fashion is not asking for it, then what will happen is you'll just push them deeper into their ego and create kind of a rift in the relationship. And then it's just one more other layer that needs to be cleared. So you have to kind of, either be invited or be like really intuitively, strongly felt that a more active role is what is being called for. And the third one, which may seem obvious, but I call this one kindness. And that's just when, say you live with someone that's really going through something. The first thing is to not take it personal, to understand that we are all clearing a lot of energy. Sometimes it makes us a little bit crazy. Sometimes it makes us a little difficult to live with, but it's not who we actually are. And that once the energy clears, everything will correct itself and we'll all be good. So if you live with someone who's going through something, sometimes maybe just knocking on the door and offering to make them a tea, or saying, I'm going for a walk. Would you like to come and get some fresh air? It's like, I know it's like you're not saying much. You're just sort of in that essence of, I know you're moving through something. I'm not pushing myself on you. I'm giving you as much space as you need, but I'm here. I'm here if you'd like to go for a walk. I'm here, happy to make you a cup of tea. I'm here if you'd like to talk. But the impartiality of it is really, really important. So if the person's going through something and you're triggered by it, just steer clear and let the energy, let the smoke clear. So that's the 3 ways that I know of holding space. A very passive prayer and holding the person in compassion. A more active role in the kindness role. But the point is to always hold the person in their highest version of consciousness, not in the version that they are expressing or feeling that they are in themselves. So a lot of what we move through when we're going through something like this and we don't have a lot of tools or experience is we go through a lot of self-pity and victimhood and feeling broken. And the person doesn't need to be met in that space. They don't need that to be empathized with. I know you feel like a victim and I get it. And, you have had all these bad things happen to you. That's not holding space. Holding space is holding them in their highest soul expression. That whatever they have experienced is something that was required of their soul, that is a part of why they came here, that they are love, they are God, they are perfect, and they are resourceful, and they are being guided, and they are going to be okay, just like you were. I hope this helps. Bye for now.